Hello and welcome to your Thursday sports page. The Citi Open Tennis Tournament has been around for years, and so has the familiar voice of announcer Charlie Brotman. Charlie is a Washington native and a Maryland alum, but most of all, he's a man that takes pride in his work.
An announcer is meant to inform and entertain, and that's what I hope they remember. Oh, Charlie, yeah, I remember him when he did the tennis. That was so much fun.
Charlie Brotman is known as the voice of DC tennis, and he's narrated every president's inaugural parade since 1957. For 15 years, you heard his voice introduce the president for his ceremonial first pitch at every Washington Senator's opening day. But after years as a broadcaster, Charlie says he's calling it quits.
When I retire, I'm not retiring from life. I'm just retiring from tennis. I have been the announcer for tennis for 46 years, and I have met some incredible tennis players. You know, Jimmy Connors, Arthur Ashe, McEnroe. I mean, these are people that developed into friends. And, you know, they know me, I know them, and it's terrific.
Charlie is a seasoned veteran, but it makes you wonder, how did he become the voice of Washington? He told me the story of how he met the late Calvin Griffith and how he gave him his big break.
He says, well, you'll have to fly in, audition, because we have about 10 people who are auditioning for this. So I did. I flew into Washington, did my part, and won the audition. And like a week later, I am introducing President Eisenhower throwing out the first ball. I'm introducing Mickey Mantle. I'm introducing Roy Seaver. These are the superstars of baseball, and I'm an ordinary guy, and I'm saying, how did this all happen so fast? But I'm loving it.
He may think he's just an ordinary guy, but will never forget his extraordinary style.
After every announcement, ultimately, I'll say, thank you. And they'll say, you're welcome.
Washington football is back, and the first preseason game kicks off tonight. Chris Marks was out at FedEx Field with a preview.
Washington will open up the 2014 preseason schedule tonight right here at FedEx Field against the New England Patriots. It's the first chance new head coach Jay Gruden gets to implement his new systems and live game action. It's also the first chance that young players and veterans get to try to impress the new head coach. One of those is cornerback David Amerson, a 2013 second-round pick. He's entering his second season with a lot more confidence.
I think it's really experience, man. You can't replace that. You know, I feel a lot more comfortable in the defense. You know, I really know it in and out, and I think it's showing within my play, and it's just building my confidence.
Being one of the taller defensive backs in the NFL, Amerson hopes to use that as an advantage against some of the shorter wide receivers in the NFL.
Getting your hands on receivers, you know, you got an advantage when it comes to jump balls. You know, when it comes to bigger receivers, and you know, as well as the physical game when it comes to hitting people and stuff like that.
For Washington, quarterback Robert Griffin III and most of the starters will play just a handful of plays in tonight's game. Newly signed wide receiver Deshaun Jackson is questionable with a sprained ankle and may or may not play. Ruled out for tonight's game, wide receiver Pierre Garçon, safety Ryan Clark, and safety Phillip Thomas. For New England, quarterback Tom Brady will not play. Kickoff for tonight's game between Washington and New England is at 7:30 from FedEx Field. Okay, from Landover, this is Chris Marks, CTV Sports.